Yes, I did choose this one because I love this affirmation because it doesn't say I am trying to become disciplined. It says I am a disciplined person. And I feel like it really speaks to our identity. But I do also want to be honest this morning because sometimes saying I am disciplined, it can feel a little uncomfortable when we know there are areas of our lives where we have not been consistent. So maybe you started something and stopped. I know I have. Maybe you were doing really well for 2 weeks and then life happened. Maybe you promised yourself that this was going to be the month. You woke up early, you worked out, you followed up with your database, you were going to read more, pray more, whatever that is. Then somewhere along the way, you fell off. So I know that feeling because I recently had to become very intentional about building discipline in my own life. So for me, I spent an entire 2 months focused on two specific things. And the first one was meal prepping on Sundays because I know with us being in the office, there's always food. And if I don't have food, I'm going to eat what's there. And then the second was Monday through Friday. I really wanted to start waking up at 4:45 in the morning so that I can work out before my day officially began. Now, 4:45 in the morning is not a cute time. That was really hard. So what I did was I actually took it week by week. So one week it was 5:30, then 5:15, then 5:05 until finally I got to that 4:45 a.m. mark. And what I noticed is when I got to that 4:45 a.m. mark, your bed starts to remind you of all the reasons that you need to just stay there. It starts to negotiate with you, saying like, you worked hard yesterday. You can just work out after work, knowing that I can't, you can start again tomorrow. And sometimes those things might be true, but I had decided that for this specific season, waking up early was one of the ways I wanted to practice my discipline. I wanted to stop beginning my day already feeling behind. I wanted time to take care of myself before the phone started ringing, before emails started coming in, before people, my child, AKA the gremlin, needed something from me, and before the responsibilities of the day took over completely. So I started my journey of waking up at 4:45. I would get up, work out, get myself together, and just begin my day. I was able to actually enjoy like a little bit of a slow morning, which was one of my goals, and it felt amazing. Um, and it wasn't just about working out. The workout prepared me for the entire day. I felt really accomplished before most people were already awake. I had more energy. I felt mentally sharper. I felt more confident because I had already kept a promise to myself. That one disciplined decision affected so many other areas of my life. And that connects directly to our affirmation, which is I am a disciplined person and I build strength in all areas of my life. When we practice discipline in just one area, it often begins strengthening other areas. When I woke up early and worked out, I was strengthening my body, but I was also strengthening my mind, my ability to follow through on things, my confidence, my ability to tell myself no when necessary. I was strengthening my ability to do something even when I didn't feel like doing it. Meal prepping on Sunday had a similar effect as well. So meal prepping may sound simple, but it required me to think beyond how I felt in the moment. On Sunday, I had to think about the version of me who would be busy on Monday, or the person who would be tired on Wednesday, or who's looking at the lunch spread that Jill from 210 Home Warranty bought, but knowing that I should be eating the grilled chicken and vegetables I made. Just you just have to think ahead. So meal prepping was an act of support for my future self. That is one of the things I learned about discipline. It's not punishment, it's support. So it's deciding today to make life a little easier for the person you will be tomorrow. When you follow up with a lead today, you are supporting your future business. When you put money into savings today, you are supporting your future financial security. When you spend quiet time with God today, you are supporting your future peace, wisdom, and your spiritual strength. When you organize your calendar, you are supporting the version of you who does not want to feel overwhelmed later. So discipline is not just forcing yourself to do those difficult things, it's creating systems that support the life you say you want. But here's the other part of my story. So I did do it. I did it for a while. I accomplished that goal. I was very consistent and I felt so great. And then I fell off. I stopped waking up at 4:45 consistently. My schedule shifted. I got really tired. One missed day became another missed day. And eventually, I was no longer following the routine that had made me feel so good. And I think that's the part of discipline that we don't always talk about. We often imagine a disciplined person to be someone who never misses a day, never gets distracted, never becomes tired, and they just never fall out of routine. But unfortunately, that's not realistic because discipline is not perfection. It's not never falling off. Sometimes it's simply recognizing that you fell off and you're deciding to begin again. So I feel like we have to stop allowing one imperfect day to become an excuse to abandon the entire goal. Because missing one workout does not mean you're no longer a disciplined person. Missing one day of that quiet time does not mean you fail spiritually. Eating one unplanned meal or going off of your diet, it doesn't mean you completely ruined your health journey. Having one unproductive day doesn't mean you are incapable of being successful. The danger isn't always missing the day. It's the story that we tell ourselves after we have missed it. Because we start to speak that negativity into ourselves, like, see, I knew I couldn't do it, or I'm just not consistent enough. I'll try again next month. But our affirmation literally says something completely different. It says that I am a disciplined person. So that means even when I have an undisciplined moment, I can make a disciplined decision next. I can restart it. I can just adjust. I can move the goal to be more realistic. I can learn from what caused me to fall off initially. I don't have to wait until Monday. I don't even have to wait until next month. I can make the next decision better. So our journal prompt today, it is, what is one thing you can do this week to support yourself or spiritual discipline? I want you to pay attention to the phrase one thing. I know we talk about it because we have a book that Gary Keller wrote. So it's not 10 things. It's not completely reinventing your life by tomorrow. It's not deciding, okay, I'm going to wake up at 4:45, read 3 books, drink a gallon of water, make 50 calls, go to bed by 8. It's just one thing that you have to focus on. Sometimes we fail at consistency because we choose a goal that sounds impressive instead of choosing a goal that is sustainable for us. We become excited and we create routine that works for the most motivated version of ourselves, but we aren't motivated every single day because this one has to work even when you're tired. It has to work on the busy day. It has to work when the week does not go according to your plan. So I want you all to challenge yourself, but I want you to be realistic. Your one thing should stretch you, but it should not be so complicated that you abandon it after 3 days. So maybe that one thing is you waking up 15 minutes earlier to have that quiet time with God. Maybe it's writing in your journal for 5 minutes before bed. It could be prepping your clothes and meals the night before. Maybe it's reading one chapter instead of trying to finish the entire book. It could be laying out your workout clothes if you're saying I'm going to work out in the morning, or you can just put them on and go to sleep in them and they're already on and you could just go to the gym. That has worked for me, just saying. So whatever your one thing is, you just want to make sure it's specific. Do not just say, I'm going to be more disciplined. What are you going to actually do? When will you do it? How often will you do it? What can you put in place to make it easier to follow through? Because discipline is not only about the willpower, you also have to be prepared. It's about the preparation. When I was meal prepping, that worked because the food was already prepared. Waking up early worked better because I went to bed on time and I decided the night before that I was getting up, what I was going to wear and what my day was going to look like. You can make discipline easier by removing some of the decisions beforehand. So schedule the time, prepare what you need. If you need to set the reminder, put the journal beside your bed, lay out those workout clothes, block the follow-up time on your calendar. You have to create an environment that supports the decision that you're trying to make. And when you miss a day, and at some point you probably will because we all do not turn a missed day into a missed week. Just return to your one thing. Discipline is built through returning. Every time you return, you are building that strength. Every time you follow through, even when you do not feel like it, you are building that strength. And every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. So, my challenge to everyone this week is to answer that journal prompt honestly. Choose something challenging enough to help you grow, but realistic enough for you to sustain. Don't focus on being perfect, focus on being consistent. And when consistency is interrupted, focus on returning. At the end of the week, success does not have to mean that you did it perfectly 7 days in a row. It means that you kept going, you noticed your pattern, you restarted faster than you normally would, or you prove to yourself one decision at a time that you're capable of actually building that discipline. And this week, let's not just say it. Let's actually choose something to help us live it. So yeah, that's all I have.